Hey girls, hey. Hey boys, hey. This is Mama Beauties here coming at you live from North Kakalaka on a Sunday, you guys, in the middle of the afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, hit as many like buttons as you want. I mean, go ahead, hit the dislike button if you want. I'm just happy that you're here. We are coming here together on a Sunday, if I can get some people to jump on, and I am going to get you guys to help me to decide on whether or not comments should be deleted. So, hi Donna, JB, Lonnie, Ivy. Hey, 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 hey. So I wanted to go over some of the comments because if I went and answered each and every one of them, my fingers would be hurting. And I wake up every morning, I check my emails, and I just got done with that. So we finished up the emails and I was getting ready to start responding to everybody's comments. And then I was like, you know what? I can do this much faster on live. And if I get your help, I won't be so sensitive, you know what I mean? Like somebody might not be coming across the way that I think that they are because there is no tone in text, but there is one implied. So the tone is implied in text, whether you like it or not. If you put an exclamation point, you are screaming. If you put a bunch of exclamation points, you're screaming. If you put it in all capital letters, you're screaming. So I just want to go over the comments first and answer them here. Hey, Chronic Live. Hi, Honey MJ and Lady Luke Khan and Terry J. Hi, Paula Joyner. I saw your comment. I'm not watching that sub anymore either, or that creator. Hey, 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 from South Africa. Thank you, Diane. So I figured that I will answer the comments here and give you guys a chance to elaborate, and maybe you can help me understand it more. But if I ask you, should I delete this comment? You send me a heart to keep it and a thumbs down. Does YouTube have a thumbs down button? Or so, just a heart to keep it and any other emoji to get rid of it. Okay. And the only thing I want to get rid of, I love constructive criticism. I love people whose ideas don't match mine. But if you think that they're coming off condescending, attacking me, or another one of my subs in any way, then we need to delete it. Okay. So I'm going to have you guys help me to decide these things. And I want to just let you know that if another sub of mine is feeling attacked, to please email me and let me know, and I will make sure to review that and block that person so you are not getting harassed. This is a community where we talk about very serious things like domestic violence, like addiction, like murder and tragedy. And so the last thing we need is patronizing antagonists here. And I wake up every day and I read these messages, and I just don't want to feel attacked. And if I do feel attacked, I want you guys to know that unfortunately I will just block you immediately. And that's why I need help, just in case I'm over analyzing something. I am a very deep thinker, and they could not mean anything by it, and here I am removing their comments. So I'm just going to answer the ones that I don't mind to keep. But if I say, should I keep this on here, you guys, let me know with a yes or a no. Okay. So, hey, I caught this too late. We'll have to replay. Okay, Danielle. All right. So the first one we're going to start with is the Insomniacs. I don't really care about what people are saying about the Patrick Frazee case or anything like that, because I'm not as passionate about that one as I am the Watts case. So we're just going to start out with Insomniacs, new things from the letter from Christopher's author and what she is saying. So let me just put it in the order that they were received. Okay. Yes, she said that. Cato also told on Critical K in a live when she was getting bashed that she didn't even know about YouTube. Never watched YouTube. Such a lie. In the first 5 minutes of the interview, I don't believe her at all. Yes, I did catch a lot of inconsistency in Sherilyn Cato's live with AD. Hi, hey girl, hey, I'm here working graveyard and just love to listen to you, what you have to say. I just put my headphones on and time goes by so fast just by listening to your voice. I just can't get enough of all this Chris Watts and NK and Cato and all this and this guy Patrick. Love you. Thank you for your input and writing to my email regarding the mobile homes. This is all very strange indeed. I was disappointed with the interview. It was full of personal opinions and speculations and very short of actual facts. I thought AD was grandstanding a lot with regarding to the shadows and the fact that a convicted killer might have his name. The author knew what questions he was going to ask in advance, and he used this to inflate his ego. I'm not bashing AD, but merely mentioning my observation. Love your channel, and I know it's going onwards and upwards. You are a breath of fresh air on YouTube. Thank you. And I have to agree that I watch AD, but in that interview, he took the credit for the shadows, but this is what I heard. I don't know if this is true or not, so it's 50-50 that it's true. AD could be the one that saw the shadows, but a lot of people are saying that they saw the shadows too. And a lot of people are saying that another YouTuber sent that information to AD, you guys, and he put it out there as his own. Now, there's a 50% chance that's true, and there's a 50% chance that's not true. But I just want you guys to have all the information, okay? You need to have all the information. If it's not in the discovery, if it's not in an interview, then it's speculation, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. Even if it comes out of my mouth, it is speculation, you guys. It's hearsay. We have no idea the truth. It is a game, as Alma said, a game of he said, she said. So he went into the graphic detail about killing the children twice. It's because he is getting narcissistic supply from describing these horrifying details, knowing how shocked everyone would be to know this. In my opinion, they were dead before Shanann Watts got home. Some people wonder if he kept them in the fridge until he brought them to the site. Okay, very good observation. Who is Sherilyn's lawyer? I do not believe that she got that paid advice. It's just to shut people up, to silence, cut off. And yes, why not be transparent about the correspondence with Watts' family? If she is honest, why not be transparent? Where are her letters? Yes, exactly. And this point made a very valid point. We have Chris's letters to Cato, but where are Cato's letters to Chris? And why are there no mention of them in the book? And this person was confused. I was talking about Sandy's lawyer, not Sherilyn's. But maybe they were talking about when I said Sherilyn's lawyer made her take the chapter on NK out of the book. Thanks for doing this video. So many people knew Chris was guilty because of the way he acted during his porch interview. Yet the same people couldn't tell Shady Cowface was a scammer. It was so obvious since she first publicly opened her mouth. People wanted to know the information so badly they paid her blood money. That's what her book Patreon money is, blood money. Amen. You can be more right. Cindy is ridiculous. She knew there was no case by CPS. Shanann was an amazing mother. I agree. But Cindy had to run her name through the coals because the public was making Cindy look like the devil and Shanann like an angel. And she did not like that narrative. I still say, because there is some truth in what Chris says, that he drugged the girls and NK was there to be with the girls while he was to kill Shanann and get rid of her body and be back before they woke up. And they would never know she was there. But Shanann's plane was late and the girls wake up and saw him kill their mommy and they would say, Daddy hurt mommy, which he says, Bella did say this. So he knew that he didn't have any other choice but to kill the girls too. Time was all off, but I know no one even sees this, but it makes sense. Yes, I've said that for a long time. I've said that I don't think that Chris ever wanted to kill Bella, ever. I think he was going to save Bella. She was his favorite. And she was the chill one. She wouldn't have been running around like a rampage like they called Cece. So he knew he had to kill Cece to not get caught. But then when Bella saw what she saw, unfortunately, I feel like that's when he felt like he had to kill her too. We're going over comments and my opinion on these comments that I'm getting. And if I'm trying to, Ivy, I'm trying to get you guys' help to let me know, like if I come across a comment that rubs me the wrong way, I want to know if it is a legit comment, if I should leave it up or if I should take it down. But we haven't came across any that I have a problem with so far. Okay, so I agree with that. Good morning. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. The awakening. How strong was this? Did they need sacrifices? What was she truly into? It's scary. We cannot ad lib on this, you guys. You can look up the religion and see if the religion needed sacrifices, but we cannot ad lib. We do not have any information. Sacrifice was never even brought up. You can say that the religion or the group that she was into sacrifices if you want to look that up and find that out. But please do not put information out there that has not been stated. And just like the molestation and sacrificing and all that, you guys, we've got to separate the fact from fiction. Even if you think that your fiction is fact, unless there's a way to prove it, then it is just speculation and hearsay. I believe that, Alma. I've said that all along. I think he killed Cece because he knew that she couldn't be chill. She would get him caught. She would be screaming and crying when he carried her out to the car, when they went to the Serby. And so I honestly believe that, too, that he killed Cece, but Bella was alive. And I've always said that when he said she wasn't supposed to be there, that it was Bella. I've always thought that it was Bella. But now that this other stuff has came out, it's a possibility that it was NK. There is a possibility. So I can't disregard anything unless I have information to refute it. But I can't say something happened when it didn't, just like the sex. I can't say that Chris and Shanann had sex that morning because I have no idea. Only Chris and Shanann know that. Okay. Just because the author said it doesn't mean I believe it. Just because Chris told her that doesn't mean I believe it. So they could have had sex that morning and we don't know because the autopsy was redacted. They could not have had sex that morning and we don't know because Chris is saying that they did. So it's just an all, he said, she said. Yeah, he's not going to ride with two girls. Crying. All right, so I did not hear Cadel bash pagans. Can you guys believe that? Somebody literally said that. And then someone tried to blame it on my subs that were bashing pagans. I have the interview or the missing chapter recorded here. She says pagan 3 times in that chapter, you guys. 3 times. So it had nothing to do with my subscribers and everything to do with Cadel. My subscribers were not talking about any kind of paganism until Tuesday night when Sherilyn Cadel came out with this book. And that's probably why the author told her not to write it, is because pagans are about love and light. Pagans are not about murder and all of that. Now, there are some Satanists and some devil worshippers out there that are different. There's a huge difference between a pagan and a devil worshiper. So please make sure you guys are looking up that information. If you don't want the pagans coming after Christians, then the Christians don't need to be going after pagans. Just my opinion. God wanted us to all love each other. So whether you believe in someone else's religion or not, if you are a true Christian, you would not judge others and you would not be hating on others. And I even have to work on that. There are times that I catch myself hating on other people, and I have to be like, you know what, that was unfairly, this person doesn't deserve it. I almost hated on AD in my shadow video that we're going over, but I retracted it and I said, you know what, I have respect for this man, because I have respect for anyone that can get behind a camera, get on here, let you guys attack them and dox them, send pictures of my granddaughter and my son and my family, and say all these horrible things to me, and still be able to get up here with a smile on my face. So AD does do that. So whether you like him or not, he still gets on here every day and he brings whatever information his subscribers are wanting. So let's see. I agree, Lady Lucan, and that's why I retracted what I said, is because I had pagans email me and explain it to me, and since I was uneducated on that, because I do have different beliefs, then I didn't know those things. I did know that Easter and Christmas and all those things were pagan holidays that were stolen from them. I do know that. That was about all that I knew, and I wasn't very educated on it. And I'm telling you, if you are a true Christian, Jesus hung out with misfits, murderers, adulterous, harlots. Like, the list goes on and on and on. He didn't just sit around with all the church people. Okay, so if you're a true Christian, you cannot hate on anyone, or you're just as bad as the person that you're hating on. So you're a hypocrite, pretty much. So, hey, girl. Hey, Camlin. Okay, so let's get back to some more questions. I saw the shadow. It looks like he picked it up and moved quickly, putting what he picked up into the truck. Yes, but no one has ever seen the girls. So that could have been Dieter. That could have been just Bella. That could have been him bringing the body out, putting it down on the ground, and then picking it up to get it. But someone pointed out that he got up pretty fast. When he bent down to pick up whatever the shadow was, he got up pretty fast. So if it was her body, he wouldn't have been able to get up that fast. So personally, I do think it was Bella, but we do not know. My answer is not the right answer. Your answer is not the right answer. They all have a slim chance that they are the right answer. We will never know. Just because some YouTuber says it doesn't mean it's true. All right, let's see what else. What else? I absolutely love your respect. I think the shadows are real and there. I remember watching AD and he thoroughly went through it. As for everything else, who knows? It's insane how crazy this has gotten. It blows my mind. He was nervous watching the video because he's loading a body or bodies. He was nervous because he didn't know what the video was able to capture. I'm on the fence about the trying to kill the kids twice. Like Judge Judy says, if things don't make sense, usually they are not true. Stiff and blue, then getting it back up, it just doesn't seem possible. Just my thoughts. Love your videos. I think some things she said is overreaching, such as texting people to pretend it was her the next day to buy him time. Her friends and family would know it wasn't her. I don't think he was thinking that detailed. He was just in a rush to get the bodies hidden before his coworkers got there. I agree. In my opinion, Cadel is muddying the waters by adding her own theories to what Chris Watts told her. She's making her own book less credible with every statement. She should have just stuck to the letters and what she was told, truth or not. At some point, she didn't even know some of the actual facts from Discovery. She's hiding behind lawyers and the publisher to explain why, as a Christian, she didn't share the information with the families, which morally would have been the right thing to do. 15 minutes of fame and financial gain comes to mind. Amen. Yes, Alma, I agree. And that's why we are going through this and blocking people. I'm on the fence too, Lady Lucan. I'm going through this and blocking people. If people can get their point across with respect, kind of like the pagans did to me. They got their point across with respect, you guys. They showed me absolute respect. They did not down my beliefs to lift up theirs. They merely came at me kindly and respectfully and said, listen, this is a witch hunt towards us. This is not true. This is not what we believe in. They did not say that NK was not part of a whatever, a special group. They just said it wasn't pagans. I do too. My BFF, my best friend overdosed too. My BFF overdosed on heroin. She was blue and unconscious, being pronounced dead, but she slurred talking for a few minutes, then died. My BFF died too, Miss T, and he was with a bunch of people, and they all got scared that they would be charged, and they left and didn't call and get him help. And he lay dead in his apartment or his home for 5 days before he was found. And the person that did it came to his funeral and pulled out a key out of his pocket to his house, this man that I think was involved, and held it up in the air, pretended like he picked it up off the ground and said, hey, I think this key belongs to my best friend Charlie's house. But we're outside at a memorial of Charlie's house, and he's standing around 10 people. And if you find a key on the ground, you're going to pick it up and ask the 9 other people around you if it belongs to them first, before you pick it up and say, hey, I think this key belongs to Charlie's door. And went over there, and the key fit. And my best friend Charlie had a glass front door, and he was found on his couch dead from the overdose, and you could see him there. And the same guy that had the key said that he came there. Charlie was found on Tuesday. They said that he died on Friday, I believe it was Thursday or Friday. Well, this guy says he came there on Sunday and Charlie didn't answer his door, so he left. Well, Charlie, you could see through the front door, and no one has ever knocked on his door. Since his door is glass, you see him sitting on that same spot, and you open the door and you would have walked right in. So my best friend was died of an overdose too, and this was my best friend of 20 years. And the people that were there allowed it to happen. They could have saved him. They could have narconed him. They could have called somebody. But since both the people that were there were ex-cons, they were afraid that they would get in trouble for supplying the heroin. And so, and then a few years before that, I was laying next to my best friend, and he woke up from the bed, like he was snoring really loud, and it woke me up. And then he would be like he couldn't breathe and making that weird noise. So I woke him up. I'm like, Dan, what's going on? And he wakes up out of his sleep, and he's like, you got some tape? And I'm like, and he just hitting his heart like that. And I'm like, for what? And he shows me he has fentanyl patches stuck on his chest, you guys. So I ripped them off of him. I put them in the trash. I got rid of the trash and took it outside, so in case my kids or animals couldn't get into it. And the next day, he went and spent the night at my other friend's house because I had introduced them, and they were going out on their first date, and they drank, and he didn't wake up. She messaged me later on that day or that next morning after we all went out together the night before, and she said, is Dan usually hard to wake up in the morning? And I texted her back. I said, yeah, usually when he's drinking. So she said he started snoring like that, and she got up and went to the couch instead of waking him up. And so my next phone call was that Dan died. And so, yeah, I've had 2 friends very close to me, my very, very best friends in the whole wide world. And now I won't even have another best friend because I'm afraid of them dying. I'm sorry. I haven't talked about that ever. I can't believe I just shared it with everyone. Yes, and people that say time heals, they've never lost someone that close, because time does not heal. My mother was murdered in 1992, and it still makes me cry to this day. But I just wish I could have been able to stop it, you know? But there's nothing you can do when it's their time to go. It's their time to go. Oh, Lady Lucan, that is very awesome. That just makes my whole day. Because I used to be like that too. You guys have no idea. My daughter will tell you one day. I'll bring her on and have her tell you. I used to be the queen of revenge. The queen of thinking of the meanest thing I could possibly say to you and hurt you bad. I used to be the first to retaliate, the first to get even, the first to get back. I would plot on you. I mean, if you hurt me, I came back at you. And now I have learned that that just makes you look crazy. If you just sit back and let it roll off your back or keep moving, then people see that you're not that way. They see that you're not batshit like everybody's saying you are. So, yes, it is, Leah. That's what bothers me the most is that I just wish I was there. I just wish that I would have called to get him Narcan. I wish people would carry Narcan with them. It's easy to get a hold of. Why can't, people want to help instead of think about themselves and, oh my God, I could go to jail for this. Exactly. It makes it bearable. Exactly. And sometimes time hurts you too because it causes you to forget memories. It causes you to like my mom's face, there was times where I hadn't looked at a picture of her in a long time and I was forgetting her face. So I keep her picture in my living room now, but I know exactly what you mean. Yes, and it does make you push people away. Because I feel like when people get close to me that they're gonna die. Uh-oh, what did Johnny say? I didn't see it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Johnny. It is, it's tough. It really is. I'm so sorry, especially if you don't get to say goodbye. That's the thing with my daddy, is that I grieve, but I got to say goodbye. I mean, I sung to him a few hours before he died, laying next to him. I mean, and he was in a coma, and he grunted and made noises while I was singing, so it made me really, really happy. But I got to tell him bye. He went to hospice, so there was time. Whenever it's a sudden death, it hurts so much harder because you remember what was the last thing you said to them, and if you didn't get to say goodbye and all of that. So exactly. Alma, I'm so, so sorry that happened to you. And that's right, Felicity. That's what I learned. I learned that I just need to treat people the way that I want to be treated. That way, when people start treating you poorly, they can't say, well, you started it. You see what I mean? Or that they can't blame anything on you. So always be the better person. Always take see, Miss T, we have the same, I did the same thing. Always be the bigger person, always take the high road. I'm telling you, it is for you, it's not for them. It will give you peace inside your heart. It will keep your head from being chaotic. I mean, as long as you take the high road, I'm telling you, keep your chin up, Buttercup, because there's nothing more you can do. Nothing. I'm sorry, Alma. That is awful. That's tough. It really is. It's tough. And that hole will always be there. They were worth loving. Don't let your grief prevent you from loving the others that you are meant to share your life with. Yes, listen to what my daughter told me, and I don't remember where she got it from. Let me just sit over here and do my jewel real fast, because that was intense. And of course, it's not working. Okay. So my daughter told me that there's this little thing about people when you're crying or grieving over someone. She says, and I'm sorry if you're not into God, you can put higher power or whatever you want in this place. But she said that every night that in heaven that Jesus takes everybody on a walk, and that everybody has a candle on the walk to guide their way because it's dark and it's nighttime and he's taking them on a walk. And my daughter said that my loved ones that have died and went on to heaven have a candle. And when they're on their walk, if I cry, then my tears will put out their candle and they won't be able to find their way. And so it's just a good thing to think about to try to keep you from, shedding so many tears. But tears are good, you guys. Tears are awesome. I feel so much better by just sharing that with you guys and letting those tears fall. You know what I mean? But you get it out of your system. You don't dwell on it all day. You don't think about all the horrible. You got to try to remember. Me and Charlie had some great times together. I met him at 16 and he was in my life all the way up until 38. So there is a lot that I can remember. I remember one time we went out drinking, and it was back in our younger days when we were drinking, and we were out at a nightclub, and the entrance of the door was right here, and he kept running into the wall to the right of the entrance, and he'd walk into the wall and he'd back up and he'd scoot over a little bit and he'd walk into the wall again and back up and scoot over a little bit. He did it like 10 times before he finally went through the door, and he always made me laugh. Yes, it is. My daughter is amazing. I mean, she is so much like me, but the complete opposite of me and of all my negative things. She is just amazing. And I will spend the rest of my life trying to make up what I took away from her, because I was an addict the whole time she was in high school, you guys. The years that she needed her mother, the years that were the toughest and the hardest, and people were mean, and she needed me, and I didn't have time for her. I only had time for searching for pills. I only had time for looking for money for pills. I only had, and she needed me, and I just didn't want to hear about the teenage gossip. I didn't want to hear about her problems. And so I will spend the rest of my life making that up to her, because those are some of the hardest years of any young lady's life, is her high school years. And she survived them and she managed them without me. I was here. I was present. I fed her. I clothed her. I bought her the things she needed. I would go to the school and talk to them if I needed to, but I wasn't here for her. You know what I mean? And so I will spend the rest of my life making that up. But she turned out to be the most amazing young lady on the planet. You guys, she walked across the stage and graduated 6 months pregnant. She didn't go to the community school. She didn't leave and drop out. She didn't care what those people said about her as she waddled through those hallways. She was just the pillar of strength. And so looking at her and seeing her at such a young age be so mature and just have so much compassion in her heart, it changed me. It did. And she helped me decide that I needed to recover. That's right. I am. Yes, I'm a grandma. I have, you guys, this is another reason why this case means so much to me, is my granddaughter was born a month and a half after Shanann and the girls were killed. I became a grandmother a month and a half after the girls were killed, Cece and Bella. And my name is Donna. My real name is Donna. And my granddaughter calls me Nana. And I had no idea that Sandy was called Nana as well. Until I heard it on I think it was Dr. Oz or maybe it was Dr. Phil's podcast, but I heard that she went by Nana too. And that was just another crazy similarity in this story. Wow, Alma. Yeah, I became a grandmother at 40. I was 40. I think the last 8 years have been the hardest of my life. Those knock and hardships I wouldn't change for the world because they made me a better person. Yes, I would still be running around acting crazy had I not went through all of those hardships. I mean, I could even probably still be an addict if I didn't go through some of the hardships that I did. So thank you, Glamorous Nana. I am very grateful. I know that sounds weird, but I'm like you, girl. I'm grateful for what I went through because it gave me a thick skin. There's a lot that I can handle. Yes, you guys can call me Donna. Of course you can. My friends call me Dee, though. The only people left that call me Donna is I don't think anyone does, but you guys can call me Donna. I promise. And I was going to go by Glama, and somebody even got me a coffee cup. Yes, exactly. Consequence is a great guardrail in life. Yeah, I was going to go by Glama, but now she started calling me Nana, so that's why I liked it instead of Nana. Oh, that's so cute. Miss T, we both are called what they were called. That's priceless. If you want to call me Donna Helen, you can. You can. You sure can. All right, let's see. Fell in love with a cop 4 years ago. Never felt good enough for him, but he constantly was encouraging me. The last year, as I got over my doubting me and was in the process of fixing things. You what? That's fine. Call me mama. That's fine, Lady Luck, and I understand that. I completely understand. When I was working in the restaurant bartending, it was really hard for me to take orders from younger shift leaders as well. But that was before I humbled myself, of course. I am a different person the last 2 years in my sobriety than I ever was even before I became an addict. So I really like who I have become. I do. Yeah, I don't, it's fine. I already linked my Facebook in a video to show you guys my Thrive video. I linked one of my Thrive videos where I'm like super anxious and telling them about Thrive and moving around in my seat, and I wanted everyone to see how much energy I had. I was like busting out of the seams, and so everyone got my first and last name. Plus, if you're smart, you can tell my last name by my daughter because her last name is the same as mine. I don't know if it's been said, but if we can possibly see the shadow, him bend over and pick Bella up, where is the shadow of putting Shanann in the back seat floor? Agreed, Jennifer. My grandchild called. Oops, I missed it. Okay. My grandkids call me Nana. I love it so much. Had to compete with the other grandma for it though. Oh yeah, I did too. I had to compete with the other grandmas for the names too. So I just said I would wait and see what she called me. The other grandmas are Gammy and Mimi. Yeah, Gammy and Mimi. There's three actual grandmothers for my granddaughter, the great grandmother, the other grandma, and me. So she is spoiled. Thank you, Save Robbie. Thank you, Helen. Let's see. Sorry. I take opioids for 30 years and now sober 11 months. You go, Merva. That is the hardest year. You've got it. You're in 11 months. You're going to do this. The first year is the hardest. Why should I block Save Robbie? He has been good to me. What's your theory, Miss T? Let us have it. My daddy was a good cop, thank God. I didn't have to worry about that. Hello, AM. Hello, hello. I wonder why someone told me. Can you guys imagine why someone would say to block Save Robbie? I mean, I think I'm going to block that person for saying it. Yeah, he is not, he's so nice. Yeah. I thought Save Robbie was awesome too. So I'm not, yeah, and this is my channel. That's the thing. You guys can say, will you please block so and so? And I will review it, just like I said in the beginning of my channel or this video. I will review it and see if it's grounds for blocking. But I'm not just going to block somebody because you say so. I mean, come on, get your own channel. Yeah, I knew that, Alma. My godfather is a federal judge, and he actually sat me down before I started this channel and tried to get me not to do it. I didn't, Alma. Do you mean don't do that as far as don't block Save Robbie or don't block Sarah? Good morning, Moe Bay. My boys used to call my mom Hamma. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh no, I would not have ever blocked him. I mean, he has been wonderful to me, actually. So he actually inspires me. So sorry, I knew he was. He even gave me a super chat too. I mean, even if I disagreed with everything he said, you don't disrespect somebody like that. You just don't. I mean, if you guys can bring some truth, I will think about it. You know, send me a screenshot of somebody saying Mama Beauty sucks. But other than that, I'm not just going to do it. Hi, staying classy. I agree. I agree, JB. Thank you for looking at that, Ivy Lou. Yes, Save Robbie alone. Leave Jim alone. Leave my people alone. All right. That's right. Okay, so if let me just help you guys understand. If I say that I'm getting ready to block someone and you tell me not to block them, unfortunately, you got to go too. So sorry. It is my choice. But you are, oh, that is so sweet. See? Let's see what Miss T's saying. The dog picked up something at the back door. The camera view doesn't pick up on that side of the house. Also, where the suspicious car was parked. That's right, Lady Lucan. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Charlie. Leave Jim alone. You guys, I'm going to start going and watch other YouTubers and start saying this in the comments. Leave Jim alone. Leave him alone. All right, let's get back to what we were talking about. As far as I know and saw on Discovery, they didn't just have screenshots of the text, but also eventually got the formal scripts from the phone company that included the deleted text. You can see the coding and everything. It isn't how we see it on our phones. So if something was changed, it would show there. Unfortunately, because it is scripting, it is near impossible for anyone who doesn't know computer scripting to read and compare it. So they did get the text back, you guys, but they were all encrypted. Is that true? Yes, there are. That makes sense, Miss T. That's true. We do only get increments of it, Ivy Lou. Okay, so thank you for clarifying that Wiccans, pagans, etc. are not Satanists, nor do they have dark energy or anything else. I noticed some concerning comments from your subs, but they got that from Sherilyn Cadle, you guys. A few videos back and wanted to say something but didn't want to get piled on by people. Wiccans have nothing to do with the devil. Most don't even believe in him because we don't believe in the popular stories written about the uh, Aromatic God, I guess, including all the alleged allegory of the fall of Lucifer. You can't serve an entity you don't believe in. If Chris admitted seeing the girls on Nate's CCTV footage, then yes, AD should be recognized for that. Fine. Specifically, since the grief AD had to put up with over it from other creators. On the letter to Jamie case is mailing the jail at Frederick, Colorado. I love your intro. The footage of their bedroom seemed to indicate Shanann would have had to lay on her right side to face Chris Watts. That side of the bed seemed like it was where her nightstand was, but Chris Watts said she was laying on her left side and he was laying on his right side. Yes, women that have been pregnant before can actually attest to this. When you are not feeling well, when you are pregnant, if you lie on your left side, it can give you some relief. So even if she normally would not be laying on her left side, she wasn't feeling well over that weekend. And so she would probably be laying on her left side to feel better. Yeah. My opinion, shadows are not real. The original tape does not show them. As for the girls being smothered twice, the way he describes, this is not medically possible. So many lies. A lot of this makes little sense. If Chris Watts had brought Shanann Watts' phone to stage text, it would have pinged the phone's location at his work site. Also, backing her Lexus out of the garage would have been captured on Nate's camera. Sarah Robinson, I was just repeating what Sherilyn Cadle said to AD. After listening, this author as well as AD are liars, as much as Chris Watts. I don't believe one word. I watched AD just before the book came out, and he bashed the author. Too many contradictions for my taste. Sorry, but I can't stomach him. And Shanann would know that because it was her third pregnancy. Okay, I will go back and watch them. Dare to be different on Miss T's channel. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I believe that originally Cadle might have thought one thing, but after that interview, after interviewing him, she realized better what she was dealing with. In her defense, no author allows others to alter their content. Only the editor or co-writer can do this. So neither the Ruseks or the Watts should have expected that, and their lawyers should have advised them in that regard, especially from an unknown amateur writer. Books evolve as they are written, so unless you get them to commit to its theme, the writing, you can trust what will be produced in the end. I suspect that the Watts assumed and desired material that would absolve him somehow, and that did not happen. I believe they may be disappointed because of their unsound beliefs about why and how Chris could do what he did. I feel so sorry for the Ruseks and hope they will altogether avoid such authors in the future. I hope Dr. Phil was able to connect them with the consultation they need, and I hope the Watts family gets good psychological consultations as well. I have always said that Chris had psychopathic traits, but if others were involved directly in planning or in the crimes, that impression would likely change. Personally, I'm not impressed with live abuse-free Dr. Todd Grand and Dr. Phil. I thought the Dr. Oz panel was also on track. Cadle NK chapter is more like fantasy and speculation at this point, in my opinion. That, wow, that's a great point. Yes, exactly, JB. Very good. Thank you. I've given birth 5 times, so I knew that. Good afternoon, Marie. Okay, so I hope somebody make that lots of somebodies are still researching NK's every move. Chris Watts apparently needed a catalyst, and she is it. But she walked away from all that carnage unscathed. Does not compute. Agreed. Plus, most people celebrate pagan holidays like Christmas and Easter. Try a simple Google search. The author messed everything up. I wish a credible author would have wrote a book. Don't they read Chris's mail in jail? The author says that they only read the incoming mail, not the outgoing. Chris is getting way too much information and no more questions are being raised than answers. I don't believe a damn thing Chris or the author is saying. Chris is playing with everyone's mind, and the woman is a clout chaser and a horrible author. She just wanted 15 minutes of fame and to get rich from this. This is getting crazy and out of control. The tea could be very likely be a drink called ayahuasca, ayahuasca, a psychoactive drink used for spiritual awakenings. Some users experience significant psychological distress, vomiting, and diarrhea, which is believed to be the purging of negative energy. When taken with other medications, weight loss, it can have serious side effects. I'm a master Reiki healer with crystals. I have lots of crystals. The hypnosis and the tantric sex are both possibility. Crystal water, it does not harm you. Here is a CBC look at the ayahuasca trend. Its date, October 2018. Oh, wow. So that trend was really big in October of 2018. It upsets me a little about the cutoff because it wasn't just about the shadows. It was about the truck blocking the red car, as you read from the author's book, as she tried to explain. I let that be known prior to the show, and of course, the haters attacking you attacked me and said your link was fake and channel did not exist. They're always gonna hate, girl. They always gonna hate. Oh, that's good. Thank you, JB. I didn't know that. It works even if you're not pregnant. And AM says they do read the outgoing mail. You cannot seal an envelope when writing a letter. The prison staff seals the envelope. I know 100% been there, done that. Yeah, I have been in jail myself too, but I thought that every state was different. That's why I believed what they said. Okay, so now I've always thought the FBI went to go visit Chris in February and they asked Chris, was the girl still alive when they left that home? And Chris said something like, yes. Wasn't it in the video, or didn't you see them in the video? It was like he had already heard that shadow thing in the videos, or maybe he was seeing what they thought about it. I don't know. I just thought the way he said that was strange. This was all creepy, and listening to it in the middle of the night gave me the creeps. Was the blood in the fridge? I have wondered, I don't know why, if NK and the group did adrenalchromes or are vampires. I'm not talking about anybody else, just these people. I don't believe NK were pagans, but Satanists. It makes sense that he killed them twice because if all three were dead, it would have been easier to drive somewhere and dump the bodies. But the girls did wake up, and that's why he drove to the oil batteries to kill them there and get rid of them in a place that would not easily get out of. Very sad, and it fits. That's true. Maybe that is, he didn't kill him at that. This person is saying he didn't kill him at the house because they could have escaped, that he killed him out there because they couldn't have ran very far and gotten anywhere. I'm reading comments, Ageless Beauty. We're going over my comments. Summer Hayes, no, I always have had a bad vibe from her. She's a storyteller, a myth spinner. She doesn't care about the truth. She only cares about selling her book. Yes, agreed, Charlie. There are retreats for that journeying. Okay. Thank you, Leah. Many years. Been going on many, many years. I agree, Trick Gum. That if you're playing with that kind of stuff, you best believe that some bad's going to come with whatever good you think you're getting out of it. And I'm not even necessarily saying demon. I'm just saying opening up portals and dark, all of that. I agree. What's up, Foxglove? You here, Ivy? Foxglove is in the house. You see how it says, "What's up"? You here with me, Ivy? Yes. Gotta be careful here, Foxglove. I'm sensitive and block happy. AD said he put Bella in the tank alive. I know. He said that because the author said that. The author swore since Tuesday night when she told Critical K about this that she thought that Bella died because there was oil in her throat and lungs, and there's no way it would have gotten in there unless she was alive. Help me keep an eye, Ivy. Pretty please, sister. Enjoy your pizza, girl. What kind of pizza, Foxglove? Hi, Ann Donahue. Yeah, exactly. I don't see that into the discovery. And if you're trying to help the Ruseks, why would you say that? Why would you put that out there? People have already believed that, and they believed it privately. They didn't broadcast it. You don't see people going around in all of the YouTubers' chat saying, Bella was alive, Bella was alive. I mean, why would you do that, Sherilyn? You don't care about the Ruseks. Stop pretending like you do. You do not care. And did you guys see her crying on that on AD's live? I know, Foxglove, but you never know. Just because somebody puts a picture up doesn't mean they are who they say they are. I mean, you guys don't know that I'm Mama D or Mama Beauties. I could be anybody. Hey, I could even, with the way that society is these days, I could even be a man for all you know. I cover up my Adam's apple. I mean, literally, you have no idea who's on the other side of that screen. That's why I will never, ever, ever, ever do meet and greets. No matter how big this channel gets, you guys, there will be no meet and greets. I'll write a book for you first. Not about Chris Watts. I want to know where Dieter was too and why he wasn't barking and crying. Ooh, mushroom peppers. Dogs are very, very sensitive, you guys. He would have known that Shanann was gone. Oh, yeah. Nobody has any respect for that author. Okay, I understand. There are so many versions of the truth, so many lies from the people or people involved that it may really be hard to ever know the truth. This truly has hurt her family. I agree. I think she will be too. Where are you at, Brandy? What state are you in? There's lots of girls named Nick. So you're good, sister. I don't believe killing twice, putting Shanann in truck, sex with Shanann before death, killing in the master bedroom. Oh, so much makes me frustrated. I'm right there with you, girl. Those are all the things I don't believe either. At least the dog is loved now. Yep. That's awesome, Nick and Brandy. Do you think the damage that was done to Bella's mouth that someone could have held? Hold on. They're coming in so fast. With regards to the others being at the house that night, would his neighbor's camera pick up on that? Just curious. It seems like the neighbor's camera didn't really get a whole lot except Chris backing up his truck. I have not seen a whole lot from the neighbor's camera. I've never seen the woman walking up to the house and the SUV riding by so slow. Leah, the author said that there was oil in the throat, the stomach, the lungs. It's the author saying that. That's where that information came from. Bad Bish said maybe Jim was left at the house with Dieter and he went out the back with Nicole, went to check at the doctor's office for Shanann. Just a thought. Let's see. Where did it go? Oh my gosh, these comments. Oh, that makes sense. You think it happened beforehand, the broken bones. And you guys, Dr. Phil wouldn't have said 3 times in The Devil Beside Me that the bones were broken if they weren't. Yes, that's true. He was actually told by Nate to put his truck there because he told Nate that some of his tools had been stolen. And so Nate said, hey, man, just park your truck right here. If you park it right there, then you can see who's getting in and out of your truck. So that was the whole reason he went there is he already knew ahead of time. They had already went over. Chris can see people getting in and out of his truck ahead of that day. They had discussed that before. AD said there was oil in the lungs first. Cadel agreed with him. No, Lady Luckin, you're absolutely wrong. Cadel did an interview on Tuesday, way before AD's Friday interview. I even got doxxed for it. Okay, so I know 100% for a fact that Sherilyn Cadel said that on Tuesday that she thought that Bella was alive when they put her in the tank. And then she said it again on Friday on AD's thing. So Sherilyn Cadel has been saying off the get-go, from the get-go about that. And let's not forget, Lady Luckin, that Sherilyn is a subscriber of AD. And she's been a subscriber of AD for a year. So she knew what AD thought about that ahead of time. So she could have stole it that way, but she definitely said it first because she said it Tuesday. I believe Doctor would not speak about the autopsy unless he had facts because he is a lawyer. Now that he's got famous, I agree. He wouldn't have said. He might have said it once, but he said it 3 times. You guys, that the bones were crushed and then the bones were broken. Yeah, I don't know why Nate's camera. The thing is, you guys, I think Nate's camera didn't go back that far. I think these camera places only keep it like StreamYard will only keep your recorded video for 7 days, and then it deletes on its own. I think that is the way that Ring camera worked. Exactly. The autopsy states oil in stomach. Sherilyn Cadle is the one that said oil in lungs. Why didn't police investigate fingerprints when the woman never left and the police even saw the backsliding door was open? I don't know. The police didn't do a lot, bad bitch. A lot. Let me see. My thinking is he thought to check the camera, the only way to cover for family never being seen leaving the house would be the speculated house fire. Nate, the neighbor, was so successful, but he seemed to love watching his neighbor's movements. Thank goodness in this case. Yeah, it was a little creepy that he knew all of that. Wonder why district attorney never mentioned broken bones at sentencing. Probably to save his life going into jail. Broken bones makes sense. Only way to get those babies in a hatch. Makes me sick too. Summer Hayes, yes, one big lie fest. I think Kata was feeding into from videos from AD to Chris Watts. So when AD came up with the shadow theory to show one of the children was alive, she told it to. I told you, that's exactly what I think, Charlie. I'm glad I'm not the only person. People are so mad at me because I am saying that Sherilyn Cadle was the one that told Chris about the shadows and he ran with it. And people writing him told Chris about the shadows. So it's hard to believe that Chris didn't just say, yeah, he's right. You know? Yeah, but that interview was on Friday, Lady Luckin. She had already done a whole interview 4 days before that and said it. So that's all I'm saying. He might have said it first on that interview, but she had already said that back on Tuesday, and I did a video on it. Plunder did a video on it. So many other YouTubers did a video on it before AD ever did his video. But that's fine. I mean, we can agree to disagree. It's not that big of a deal anyway. Who really cares? I mean, they both think that, right? They both think that there's oil in the lungs, so it doesn't really matter who said it first. And I got mad respect for you, I promise. Beauties, why reason would he sign to seal the girl's medical? I believe I think that's why he sealed the medical records is because the bones were broken and he didn't want anyone to know that. And that was part of his plea that he added to the plea deal, saying, okay, if I sign this and I get 5 consecutive sentences, you guys, his lawyers advise him to seal the girl's medical records so no one would ever know he broke their bones. You see what I'm saying? See the video of them going into the house due to a person with long hair and them not finding anyone. It's so creepy. Yeah, I did see that video, Miss T. I just didn't see her. I never saw the woman that they were talking about or the SUV. I never saw Nate's footage is what I'm saying. Let's see. Where did it go? Yeah, I wish people wouldn't fight over who found what first, as we could work together better. Exactly. I agree. And me and Miss Luckin just did that. They locked the Jack and Jill bathroom, but there was a toilet and shower next to the playroom unlocked. Why was that not locked too? Yeah, exactly. He flushed something down in that toilet, you guys. He didn't want officers in there because he was afraid it didn't go all the way down. If my neighbor's wife and kids were missing, I would be going over my footage too to help figure stuff out. And if he was suspected of murder, I would be all over analyzing my footage for sure. Yeah, Leah. But he was, you kind of get the idea that he knew what was going on way before that too. Like him saying that there was a lot of screaming coming on from over there and all of that. There hadn't been, only on July 14th or while Shanann was gone, because Chris and Shanann weren't screaming at each other. He even retracted that. I agree, Charlie Hunt, but they're all the reason why they're saying these things, they're saying that it was redacted. I mean, anybody could say anything and say it was redacted, but I'm just reporting on what they said. They said that there were oil in the lungs. I know that it's not in the report. Girl, what do you think about this call to the lawyer? What was it? The 7th, it was said the lawyer would specialize in environmental type accidents, which would go again with the Survey explosion theory. I'm not sure about the Survey explosion theory. I want to figure out who died and how and when and all of that before I try to figure out if they were going to blow up the neighborhood. There is a lot of fake news, you guys. A lot of fake news. Thank you. So you did see that footage, Felicity? I never saw the girl walking up to the door. Will you email me that link? Do you have my email? Can you email me that? Unfortunate broken bones in discovery. It says hole in Atch was 8 inches and Bella's widest measurement was 9. Such a horrible thought. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense too. He maybe didn't want people to know that. I mean, maybe he tried to kill her 2 times and she didn't die and he put her in there alive. Who knows? No one knows that. Yeah, I will post it here if Felicity is able to find it for us. Felicita. Thank you, Felicita. I think the author should have published his letter on Dr. Oz. The panel was going through the actual letters. Her title was misleading. Okay, let me just get these papers. I want you guys to help me write. I'm writing out a list of all the reasons that NK could possibly be involved. Okay, let me go get my piece of paper. I need y'all to help me with this. Watch cartoon. I'll be out in just a little bit. Okay, I love you. Okay, so I want to write down all the reasons, and I'm going to tell you the ones I have so far. So I need you guys to help me. Pulls out your own list. Okay, thank you. All right, so what's up with the number one? What's up with the 111-minute phone call? She says she does not remember, but Chris says they had phone sex. Okay. The next one, what's up with the ping in Frederick around 6 p.m. or 6 a.m.? I wrote a.m. I said p.m. What's up? Oh, thank you. Why is she protecting Jim and Charlotte? Why was she hesitant about having them talk to Jim and Charlotte too? She like kind of did all the middle work in between Charlotte and the detective. All right, so why would she say to pawn the ring on the very first night, you guys? Okay, why would she say pawn the ring on the very first night if she thought she was coming back? Okay. Next, that same night that she told him to pawn the ring, this is in Discovery, you guys, she told him to get his own bank account. She told him to open up his own bank account that same night, okay? Why did she lie about how long they'd been dating? They had been dating for a year. You do not search Shanann Watts if they weren't dating. There's no way they were dating, okay? That's true. That's true, boycott. Yes, I agree. Her beliefs have nothing to do with it, and I didn't write any of that on here. I did not use that as a reason why she's guilty. Okay, so let me finish reading what I have, and then you guys can tell me some other stuff that you have. That way I can get it all in one place. All right, so then the slip on the second interview on minutes 13 minutes to 13:15, it sounds like she was about to admit that she was in that group, but she could have been saying in shape. So it's 50-50. That's not as hardcore as the rest of the facts. Why did they call each other on Monday night from 9:48 to 10:35, but the agents got to Chris's house at 10 p.m.? She was on the phone that night when the agents came Monday night, the night after the morning of the murders. The police showed up at Chris's house at 10 p.m. and him and NK were on the phone from 9:48. 12 minutes later, the police show up. They stay on the phone for 35 minutes while the police are there. She's on not only on the phone with him when he talks to the police at 2 a.m. that night, but she's also on the phone with him from 9:48 to 10:35, and two agents arrived at Chris's house at 10 p.m. that day. So she stayed on the phone when he was speaking to the police and when they were there. Why did she search Shanann a year before? Also, the Monday night after getting off the phone, while the cops were there, she searches Shanann again at midnight. So she listens to everything that Chris is saying to the police at 10 p.m. They get off the phone at 10:38, and then at midnight, she's Googling Shanann. Then at 2 a.m., she's on the phone again with Chris when he is on his other phone telling the detectives Shanann's tattoos, the weight and height of the girls, and NK's on the phone then too, the other phone. All right, so what is another one? Oh, here it is. Okay, she made Chris think that she was dating on eHarmony, and that she had 2 dates on there and did not go on the other one. She got stood up. But she also was telling him at that same time to fix stuff with his wife. And she went upstairs on that same time and saw that he had all these pictures and they had a beautiful home and they had that screaming match and he could not perform that night. So that right there, he even admits, was the catalyst for him deciding he had to kill his family to be with Nikki. And so why did she do that, you guys? Why it was like she was almost reverse psychologying him to tell him, be with your wife, I'm going out with these other guys. It was like she was trying to get him mad. And maybe she met him on eHarmony and he knew how fast things had moved so quickly with them on eHarmony. And so he was panicking because she was going out with other guys on eHarmony. It would have put so much pressure on him for her to be saying, fix things with your wife, when she never said that before. He would have been freaking out thinking he was going to lose her. And then when he couldn't perform that same night, he's really thinking he's going to lose her. And then when she throws on top of all of that, that she's had chances to go out with people on eHarmony, he is losing his freaking mind to the point that he can't even perform. On July 15th, he was panicking. That next day, he was panicking. Mark my words. It's funny how NK said in one of her earlier interviews that she had no clue where Detective got the eHarmony text from, but in the discovery, she admits that she met two guys on there. So why was she on the phone when he was getting on the phone with detectives the night? Oh, I already said that. Why did she say on his day off he organizes the basement and cleans the garage? You would only know that unless you were there. I mean, she said it on every one of his days off. He does things like organizing the basement and cleaning out the garage. So I just find that hard to believe unless you were there. The kids, why does she need reassurance on that first night that Chris stayed at home and they were talking on the phone while the detectives were there, while he was on the phone with the detectives? And she says that around 2 a.m. that she was freaking out and he was having to call her and talk to her and reassure her. But he is the one that his family's missing. So why is she needing to be reassured? Why would she tell CBI that they have to work together as a team and she will help them, but they got to help her and to not let her effing down? What had they promised her at that point? For you guys have to work with me too. I mean, it sounds like they promised her a lot. Why did she talk so much during all of these interviews and she would get so deep into something that she was explaining that it made me think that she was the one on speed or she was on Percocets? Because I was like that when I was bartending. I would do a Percocet and then I could just talk with strangers. I mean, I would tell them my whole life story and I had no inhibitions. Or when I did cocaine before, I would give you my whole life story from the time I was born till that very day, all in a nutshell, without even taking a breath when I did cocaine. So that girl is on something, you guys. Nobody acts the way that she was acting in those interviews without being on something. So there are so much I'm forgetting. I just started this list this morning and I just started drawing a blank. So I need some more examples of reasons why NK needs to be investigated. Yeah, she probably did. That's fine, Big Daddy. You're entitled to think that. I don't think that she. My personal opinion is that I don't think she was there, but I think she knew about them, and I think she was part of the plotting of them. I honestly do believe that she was part of the plotting of the murders. She definitely was part of the premeditation. That's right. Little Kim did get 5 years for lying. Thank you. And let's put why all the lies if innocent. What else, you guys? And part of the cleanup. Yes. How did she know TV was in the basement? Because she was there. She talked about him on the mattress, no sheets, TV in the background. I think he was upstairs when that happened. I think because she said there were no mattress on the sheets, so I think she was mad that night that he was upstairs and not in the basement. I think that was what bothered her so much. On when she saw him laying in that bed with no sheets on it, she was like, what are you waiting for her?" I do not have a source. I'm going off of what another YouTuber said, but didn't Cadle say that Chris confirmed the oxy was from Jim? I need to go and find the video, but that is a huge no. Foxglove, Cadle said that she felt like the stuff that was being put in Chris's drink, this A or whatever, somebody type it in the chat box. It starts with an A. It's to prep you for the awakening. That she thought that Jim was the one supplying it. And that if there were any drugs, I'm the one that said that Jim was the drug dealer. I personally think Jim was the dealer of the oxys because you don't protect someone that much unless they are your drug dealer. You just don't. You don't want to get your drug dealer in trouble. You don't want him to think that you're the reason why he got popped. And so you're going to protect your drug dealer because you want those drugs still. And even if you're not on drugs, you want the money. You don't want your dealer to get gone because then you've got all these people that need oxys and you ain't got nobody to give them to you. Thank you, Big Daddy. Nobody knows when she started at Anadarko. I've been asking that question forever, and no one can give me a straight answer. She said that she was with that company, Tasman, for 4 months. She did not say how long she'd been with Anadarko. But if her contract was getting ready to expire with Anadarko, which she did bring up, the shortest contract would be 6 months. The shortest contract you can get is 6 months. So when she said that she had only been working for that company for 4 months, she meant Tasman, those are the people that she worked for, and they subcontracted her through Anadarko. She knew something happened to his family immediately after. That's definitely true. Yeah, she did. And no, it wasn't diopatase. Diopatase is crystal. I believe that is what he was searching for, NK, for 2 hours, and that the author was confused. The author thought diopatase was like diazepam, or she thought it was a drug. She had to have Critical K look up diopatase, and it is a healing crystal. So unless they put it in water and under the moon, like some people drink moon water and put the crystal inside, there's no way she was grinding up crystals inside of his drink. He does say he had stomach issues, so there's a possibility, but I believe this right here is what was being put in the drink, and the diopatase was the crystal that NK really wanted. The 2 different Lazy Dog menu stories, her telling the officer to keep all her friends out of it. I wrote that down. I wrote the Jim and the Charlotte. And I'm not really big into the Lazy Dog thing. I could care less. The only thing, whether the menu was the same or not, the only thing I know about the Lazy Dog is that they went to the one that was closest to Chris's house. I think she knew why he was there, and maybe that's why he stayed up in the room. They were on the phone. And had she flipped, he was up there. Wouldn't he have went to the basement to make her happy? Yeah, possibly. But he did say that night he got scared and he went downstairs to sleep on the couch. So maybe she got, oh no, that was Monday night, not the, yeah, that was, he said that he woke up, he felt all alone and the lights were on and he was sure he turned them off. And so he went downstairs and spent the rest of the evening on the sofa. Let's see. I do not have a microphone. Let's see. I do not have a microphone. You have a volume button, you guys. Stop talking about how loud I am. Has anyone ever watched Tasha K? Has anyone ever watched Tasha K? I mean, come on. I'm so over that. Let me see where I was. Yes, Lady Luck, and you are the only one that thinks that. No, True Crime Rocket thinks that too, I think. Why was there a rock under Bella's bed? What device did they find her search for Chris Watts on? Anadarko or her private phone? That tells us when she had access to the Anadarko computer. She didn't have an Anadarko phone. Only Chris did. Yes, the phone, yes. Let me write that down. Thank you, Charlie Hunt. Kept her Android did not have downloaded. Only few screenshots sent to Kevin. Thank you, Charlie. Yes, her dad's comments. Very suspicious. Thank you. Thank you, Boycott. Miss T is right. That would help us know if September Google of Shenanigans name by NK was really legit, as how long they actually could have been seeing each other. Her working at Anadarko has nothing pertaining. She could have not been in Anadarko and still Googled Shanann. Shanann was promoting this Thrive all over the Denver and surrounding areas. So she definitely could have known Chris and Shanann from Thrive and not have anything to do with Anadarko. Yes, Lady Luck and Marie agrees with you. Yeah, where did you hear, Kathy, that the rock was under Bella's bed? Did you see it on the did you see it on the body cams or something? I still don't believe she wasn't on social media. There's an info of her internet searches from her phone. Did she not have a pic, laptop, etc.? Not enough info on that, in my opinion. I agree. They didn't get any of her devices but a phone that she deleted. That's the only thing. It's on the tape with the dog and the cop. Yeah, creepy rock. Let's see. Geez, these comments are just freaking rolling in. Okay. I can't keep up, you guys. Have y'all seen her arrest record? No. I'm talking the 11-minute phone call, though, not the Monday night, Sunday night. I think you're fine. People are just rude. Yep. Thank you, Elizabeth. Audrey Briggs said Jim owned the red car and once did think maybe NK was just guilty of having an affair, but I have to wonder, why did you lie so much to the FBI? Yeah, exactly, Bonnie. I thought she was innocent too. For a long time, I thought that she was an unfairly accused victim. No longer do I think that. Thank you, Studebaker. Thank you, guys. Hi, Vicky. Loud and proud, baby. What was the fight on July 14th at Chris's house that made her go to her car? She told him about dating two other guys on eHarmony. She told him that he said that before they met that him and Shanann were trying to have a baby, and that really, really pissed her off. Thank you, Ann Donahue. You're so sweet. Thank you, Melinda. She only rolled with one phone. We love your voice and your dedication to this case. Don't worry about your voice. Thank you, Bad Bish. She wouldn't put her Google password in her phone so the detectives could put their app on it. Yep, and I've said this over and over, and I get passionate about what Charlie's talking about. She did that on purpose. She did that on purpose. She said that she could still get outgoing and incoming calls and receive text messages, but she could not remember that password. But she could have reset it. She could have, while she was sitting there on the other phone on Wi-Fi, she could have reset that password, but she did not want to because she did not want them to download the data on that phone, and they were okay with it. They should have took that phone from her. They had a consent. They had her consent, and they still left it. So that really, really makes me mad. Yes, deleted phone. Deleted phone. Told friends to delete her off of their social medias and told Chris to delete his. Yep, that's right. Thank you. If he was so good at talking NK down out of the tree, why didn't he do exactly that after he tucked his babies in? Exactly. Hold on. Thank you. I have all these things that you guys are saying, but keep them coming. What else? What else? I have all those things so far. And yes, I had planned on making a video on why NK needs to be investigated. And I'm not saying why she's guilty. I'm not saying why she was involved. I'm just saying why NK needs to be investigated. And you guys that are catching flack for bringing me up on other videos or whatever, they're just mad. They're just hating, and don't even worry about it. Just don't even bring me up if you don't want to. It's okay. Yes, and then in that live, people can tell me other things of what they think, and I can keep trying to figure out what's going on. But also, another reason why I'm getting hated on, you guys, is because I do not monetize my videos. I do the other videos, but if it has anything to do with Chris Watts, death, murder, mayhem, I do not try to make money off of it. I do not want to make money off of other people's tragedies. So I'm making other people that are making money off of it look bad. So I am always going to be the hated YouTuber, you guys. Just get ready for that. I'm always going to be the hated YouTuber because I have a little bit of tact. I'm not going to cover cases until a year has passed and the family has had time to grieve. And so people are going to be mad because I'm doing it the right way, and it makes them look like people that want to extort people's pain for money. So when it comes to the rock under the bed, my nephew and my friend's kid loves, rest in peace. They bring some home when he goes to the park or for a walk. They love them, put them under their pillow. Yes, my son collects rocks, you guys. So he has a whole collection that he could fall asleep with or put under his bed. Yeah, I put that on there, Felicity. It's on the list. Leave Jim alone. I don't think there's anything significant about the rock under the bed either. And I don't think there's anything significant about the menus being different or the same. Honestly, I think they walked into that first lazy dog. They saw somebody. She either saw somebody that she knew or he saw somebody that he knew. And they decided to go the one by his house, or they decided to go to the other lazy dog because NK had planned on coming to spend the night at Chris's. She would stay in the basement to where the girls could not see her, and she would be gone by the time they wake up. Now, The reason why I think this is because NK was late to the brunch to meet her dad to go to the museum that she went to with her dad, her stepmom, and her sister on Sunday. And in the interview, her dad says, "Oh, yeah, you didn't make it to the brunch." And she says, "Yeah, I worked on legs. It was the first time I've worked out since all of this happened." And so that's why I think that she went and they went to the Lazy Dog by Chris's house. So when the babysitter left, she could just come on over and he could sneak her into the basement because the girls were already in the bed. What do you guys think? Let's see. Where was I? So many questions. Celine Sierra, no, it's not missing. Just looked, it's on page 508. Because she was the mistress. She most definitely needs a lie detector test. Agreed, lady. When you get loud, I turn my phone volume. It's simple, loud, and proud. Yeah, and I'll work on it. I mean, if you guys come at me in a nice way, if you say really, not your ear piercing or your voice sounds like nails on a chalkboard, if you just say, hey, back away from your speaker a little bit because it's echoing, or if you're polite about it, I would probably not do it as much, you know? But if people keep harassing me, I'll go get a darn microphone and I'll sit here and do a whole video screaming so they can see what it's really like. That's right, Lady Luckin. NK should have been charged with withholding and misrepresenting or getting in the way of the investigation, tampering with the investigation, or impeding an investigation. An accomplice, accessory after the fact, something. Really, Miss T? I didn't see that. I'll have to go back and look. Shanann had left her wedding ring at the house. Chris asked Nicole how much she thought the ring was worth. She responded by telling him to pawn it. He said he was going to get the ring appraised. He's the one that bought it. He told everyone he spent 12 grand on it. He already said that. He bought the ring and spent $12,000 on it. So why would he need to get it appraised? And I'm not upset with you. I'm glad you gave me this comment. I'm glad, AM. I didn't mean to come at you like that. I meant towards Chris. My tone is towards Chris, not you. But I believe it. I believe that that's how it went down. Definitely. Yeah, they saw somebody in the Lazy Dog. Yeah, she wasn't a minor. Why was her dad allowed to be in the interview? He wasn't a lawyer. You're absolutely right, Nicole. Oh, good one. Good one. Thank you, Melinda. Yes, you guys, the sleep mask on the basement bed. We forgot about that. And honestly, I think a lot of people that are saying that NK had nothing to do with it don't know all these things. They don't know all the things that she did to make herself look guilty. Okay. Oh, thank you, AM. I appreciate that for copying and pasting that. You are a rock star. Okay. Yes, the conversation with Charlotte is very telling about on house arrest, and you're not under investigation, so you could come to my dad's wake or whatever. So that's right. Let me write that down. Yes. Charlotte, house arrest, and under investigation. Plus, she said she did not care if NK was involved or not with Chris or not. Okay. When we went to South Carolina, she kept texting him. She was afraid he was going to spend time with his family and forget about her. She was pushing him to get rid of his family. Agreed. She never wanted them to work it out. You're right, Anna. That was her reverse psychology. That was her getting him mad enough to leave her. That was her making him think that she was going to leave him if he didn't do something. Why did she close her Gaia business 3 days after the family went missing? I'm not going to write that one down because we don't know if that had to do with that or if she just didn't want her business, the media, to find her, because she went in hiding too. She did close down her business, which I personally think it had to do with all that dark Gaia stuff. Studebaker Hawk, I really do. But I want to only write down facts that we are sure of. And we are definitely not sure that she didn't close the business just to stay out of the public's eye. That's true, Sue Black. I know he is, Marie. I went use my own judgment on Save Robbie. I think he's great. Miss T, I love that. Love, love, love all your thumbs up. Yes, Anna, I would make sure that I posted, this is for all the people that think I'm too loud, if I did do it. Okay, then you know not to watch that video. If you ever see one that says, this is for all the people that think I'm too loud, then don't watch it. Even if I don't get a microphone, I might make that video so people can actually hear how loud I can get and what I sound like when I am being loud. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Miss T. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, wow, these things are coming in faster than I can handle. Okay. Ah, where did they go? Okay. At least I'm not using her giggles in the background. Yeah, you're right. Mom, I have the same problem at home. Hubby is always telling me to dial it down. Sorry, I'm European and a classical singer that was trained to bound my voice when singing. No microphone. Exactly. I don't need a microphone either. The ring gained in value over the years, so it's logical to have it appraised. Makes sense. 8 years later, diamonds and gold went up. The blue glove in Shanann's bedroom, cop took a pic. I have to go back and look at that. I need to, I don't know if that directly ties her in. That could have been anyone's glove. Could have been Chris's glove. Could have been anyone's glove. I only want to write down 100% things that we know that are true to implicate in NK. Yeah, she said, leave Jim alone. NK has a police record? Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't think you could work at Tasman with one. Yes, Jim drove a red car. Let me go turn my air on, you guys. I'm getting hot. When I work crime scene, whenever witnesses were questioned, their parents could be in the room to make them comfortable, but they were told in the beginning they are not to answer for their child. Makes sense. Tracy, yes, an hour and 48 minutes. Yep, the blue glove in the bedroom. He didn't just turn over and strangle her after sex. Reverse psychology is very powerful. I used it on all of my kids. Her having the foreknowledge that this case was going to blow up and she probably couldn't be in public for a while. How did she know it was going to be huge? She knew. Oh, yeah, searching Amber Fry. All of her Amber Fry searches. Thank you, Miss T. The Ruseks should sue her for wrongful deaths of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. She was involved enough, in my opinion, to be culpable for the deaths of. I agree. 1000%. I honestly think that if they investigate her and they come back with nothing, then great. But they need to investigate all these things before I'm going to be comfortable. That's all I want. I don't want her put in prison unless she's guilty. I just want her investigated more. That is what this channel is all about, is making sure that NK has a proper investigation. I mean, we're all about helping people and domestic violence and all of that, but I'm saying, I'm not sitting here saying put NK in prison for the rest of her life. I'm just saying if she needs to be investigated and a juror of 12 decide, or them at least, charge her with something. KK even got charged. Let's see. She spent all evening and most of the night of the 12th through the 13th on the phone with NK. Charlotte did, Charlie? Oh, yes, her looking up the police text. Yes, I did not write that down yet. Hold on one second. They are pouring in. I asked the right question, didn't I? Okay. All right. I got to write that one down. Googled about police and text. I just need a short little thing to trigger my memory. I can go deeper later. Yeah, why the blue gloves in the room? Chris Watts wouldn't need to wear gloves. You are not loud. You are not loud. Yes, NK's Google search is very suspicious. 2 blue gloves in the bedroom, plus the one with the book on top of the fridge. Still doesn't implicate Nicole directly. So NK to Chris Watts, go to NC and try to work it out with your wife. NK bombards Chris Watts with photos and text. It's not hard to figure out she was manipulating it all. Yes, all the stuff she Googled should have made the police take a closer look at her. She blamed Chris Watts' poor sleep on Thrive, but was it due to that or something else? Exactly. I think that I couldn't sleep when I was on pain pills. So many red flags with NK. Why didn't they grill her over it? They were only interested in her relationship with Chris Watts. Her searches were very telling. Exactly, Lisa. I think that's where her daddy came in fishy. She asked to get it appraised before she even knew or was supposed to know she was missing. Exactly, Kathy. I think he had a poor sleep because she wouldn't shut up to let him sleep. Plus, he wanted to be all everything her. Yes, I agree, Ivy Lou. She said the ring was a nice rock. How would she know unless she had been following her closely, yet she denies that. Exactly. I want to know what her police record is too. Yeah, I saw that evidence that she knew Trent, but all it is Danielle, her friend, has the cousin of Trent on her Facebook, and that cousin has Trent on his Facebook, but he would because they're cousins, and that Trent lived 3 minutes away from where Nicole Kessinger used to live. So that really doesn't tie her into to guilt of the murders either. So I'm not going to write that one down. Exactly. I said that it was from the Chris Watts or the police, and everybody went off on me and said there's no way that the police would just throw their gloves down. But I said the same thing. And I said, well, maybe they were going to come back and pick them up just after the body cam walked out. But who knows? I read something about driving under the influence. Someone posted a video about her underage drinking record. I got an underage drinking while operating a motor vehicle, and it's just like a DUI, you guys, except that it's before you turn 21. So it's called underage drinking while operating a motor vehicle. And I had to go to alcohol classes. I had to get an assessment, and it was all 1 week before I turned 21, you guys. And I only blew a .05 or something like that. So if it would have been 1 week later, I would not have gotten a ticket. I am wondering the same thing, where they got her police record. Why didn't Dieter bark when the cops was calling out before Chris Watts got home to search the house for Shanann and the girls? Dieter is a barker. I agree. I don't know. Has anyone seen pictures of Shanann when she was in Arizona? Did anyone notice if she was wearing her ring? Is she wearing it in the doorbell cam? If so, that will tell us that Chris took it off of her. Yes, she is wearing it. I noticed it. She is definitely wearing it, and he took it off of her. Let's see. Come on. All right. Charlie. All I know is the police to a pic of it. Charlie, both gloves were on their side of the bed near the comforter on the floor on the 13th. AM, I believe she entered rehab because of the drinking driving arrest. Oh, yeah, that helps you in court too, AM. If you go before you are officially charged, it looks really good for you. Lots of shit going around saying Shanann Nicole has some shady stuff too. Oh, wow. I so agree. Sue Black, exactly. Many are speculating that someone was in the basement when the cop arrived. NK book coming soon. DWIs just came on. I think Chris had the ring in his pants pocket when the police were there. He walks out of the bedroom and shows Nicole. I think he got it out of the car. I think as he was taking her body out, he remembered that $12,000 ring he bought, and he, instead of leaving her body right by the Lexus and taking it inside, he pulled it off of her hand, put it in the Lexus, and then continued to carry her body to the truck. But that, again, is my personal opinion. So did the Amber Fry search before Shanann and the girls were even found? I thought this entire time it was after. No, she did that after. After Chris was arrested. I'm going to have to go back and look at Discovery. Now I'm second guessing. I have it written down somewhere. So many papers. I have it written down in the order that she did it. Yes, and why would she say that she's leaving town until it blows over? Why leave town until blows over? Okay, thank you. And I know I'm way behind on the text, but I don't want to miss something, so. I think it has something to do with her dad being connected with the Thornton Police Department, because he was very concerned in that interview that the Thornton Police Department was going to have the downloaded data from NK's phone. And the agent had to reassure him that they would not be able to look at the data, just download it. No said she went over to the house to help plan his Thrive routine. He knew what to do. God, how long has he been doing it? Bullcrap. She said no. She said she went over to his house to help him with his macros and his meal plan. Her text about unicorn Fruit Loops. Yes, the Lucky Charms. The Lucky Charms text. She texts Chris, "Oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous." They would freak out, and Chris texts back, "That is ridiculous." They would freak out. Let's see. And we don't know if the secret drinks are true, unfortunately, because it's coming from Chris and the author. So I'm not going to write that one down. Chris Watts said he had to talk NK off the ledge. Was that because she got all upset because he wouldn't hurry up and leave Shanann? I think so too. I think she was saying, do it now. Just move in with me. Just leave her now. They should have drug tested NK. I agree. Her speech, and she was talking a lot at times, like she was on Coke or a Percocet. They're just coming in so fast. There was a pic of Shanann on her dad's Facebook. If the police had treated her like they treated other people, I wouldn't even think twice about her involvement in the horrific crime. She was treated with kid gloves. Yes, agreed. Oh, thank you, Sissa. Thank you for the super chat. Jimmy Fam channel has info on arrest record, video titled Chris Watts Mistress Sneaky Snakes. Okay. Did anyone see the pic of her friends and her breast size was about an A cup? Just saying. Yes, I believe that that's how she met Chris. I believe that Shanann, she was one of Shanann's Thrive prospects. She was only considered a witness. But a year later, she could be under investigation. Yeah, it was very odd. Her dad was allowed in the room. Yeah, she could have been mad at Shanann for something and sought after Chris just to piss Shanann off. You guys, she definitely could have did that. This is the longest I've ever been on a live. 2 hours long, you guys. I don't see how these creators do this. It's nuts. How do you not go to the bathroom? How do you not eat for all this time? How do you, I have to I have to wear these readers because my eyes are getting old. I believe the family was targeted as a whole too, and they saw Chris was an easy target, and NK probably volunteered to do it because she was like, "Ooh, I want to give me some of that." Yep, that's right, Nicole Craggs. Oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out if they saw the kids on the footage, maybe. I don't have to go right now. I was just saying, I don't know how these people do it and how they stay on these lives for that long. Thank you. Hit that like button, you guys. Hit that like button. And I'm going to do a video tonight with all the reasons why NK needs to be investigated. So give me some more reasons, you guys. Give me some more reasons. Do you know that in the text between Kevin and Kovac and NK that it's discussed about witness protection and name change? It's on Conscience to Truth video. Yes, we do know that, Tracy, but that was their first text, and she actually brought it up in the very first interview and our second interview, sorry, the one without her dad. And she said, and he tells her that that's not going to happen. And she even says after he goes, she says, yeah, I'm not asking you to do that. I mean, he flat out let her know that it was not a big enough. She did not have a big enough part in all of this to get witness protection. They may. She even asked him to help change her name, and he said, that's not my department. You're just going to have to go do that at the courthouse. And she said, well, is it public? Because that'll defeat the purpose. And you can tell he's annoyed with her trying to talk to him about that kind of stuff because they're there to talk about murders, not her name change and witness protection. AD makes tea all the time off camera. Okay. I thought witness protection was denied. It was. You're absolutely right, Leah. It was. But people are seeing those texts now and assuming that she got it. She didn't. There should be 96 likes right now. Thank you, Celine. She worried about herself only. She's a swine. Yeah, since there's 96 people on my live, that doesn't happen. She worried about herself only. She's a swine. NA is a vodka and Coke in a cup. NA, it's vodka and a Coke in a cup. Yes, saw that based on her vague responses. Nicole Craggs, exactly. It's even timestamped. NK text to Chris Watts about that's so ridiculous. It's seen on Cop's body cam. Chris Watts reading the text from NK. Sometimes she seems bossy and overly needy towards the police, almost like she wanted more attention. Agreed. Do you think the only reason she went upstairs was because Dieter let her up there? Oh, hell no. She had every intentions on going up there. She wanted to see if anything of Chris's was in that master bedroom. And honestly, I think she probably wanted to have sex in that room just to prove that she could do it. What do you guys think? Never be arrested for any part of imagining it's a horrific crime unless she messes up. Yeah, I tend to lean in that direction too, AM. Hi, all. I just got here. What do you all think of the mystery lady that was seen at the Watts home in September? I haven't been able to watch that video yet. Thank you, Cassis7. Thank you, like and subscribe, Studebaker Hawk. The problem is Chris Watts confessed to the murders, which allowed the police department to stop all the investigations. I agree. And they wanted to. They have other cases they need to close. So they didn't want to take away any time from cases that are not closed yet. Maybe she said that's so ridiculous because Nicole Atkinson called the cops because she was upset about that member. Maybe. Good catch, Elizabeth. I agree to claim Chris was hers. Yep, she had to see their bathroom. Thank you, Joanne Price. You are welcome here, and we love having you here. Nothing would surprise really with NK. That's true. All right, I'm going to go warm up my coffee and get me a cream soda. I'll be right back. Yes, I said coffee and cream soda. I'm crazy like that. Hey, 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 hey. Baby, I got your story. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. Ooh, I didn't turn the air down. Hold on. Brr. I got it cold in here now. Okay, it's off. Okay. I think she wanted to test Chris Watts to see if he was up to having sex in his wife's bed, but Chris Watts didn't get the hint, and I'd say she had a change of plans. Yep, and that's when it all went south, Charlie. Hit the thumbs up, you guys. I think they aren't finished with the investigation, Jackie says. It's okay, Brandy. It's all right. I hear that even a dislike counts because it means that the video is being viewed. But it doesn't matter because I don't monetize any of these videos. And I think that's why I'm catching so much hate is because some of these channels, were created to make money off of these videos, and mine was not. Mine was not created to make money off this kind of videos. And I will never, ever, mark my words, you guys can hold me to this, I will never, ever make a video on a tragedy that has happened less than a year ago. I respect a family for an entire year before I even think about reporting on that. Someone asked me to report on the shootings, and I said, nope, too soon. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. So I'm getting a lot of flack because I made this channel for community, because I made this channel as an outlet. I made this channel to meet new people. I made this channel to hold myself accountable. I made this channel for therapy. I made this channel to get some stuff off my chest. And so it really wasn't anything to do with money. I never thought that I would even be getting super chats. I didn't even know what a super chat was, you guys. I had no clue. I've been watching YouTube for a year, seeing this money strolling through, and I had no idea what it meant. So I think that I will continue to be hated on, you guys, because I'm not using this platform to line my pockets. And as much super chat money as I get, 30% goes to the super chat, and I'm taking the other 20% and I'm donating it to a charity of my donators choosing. We will all vote. Anyone that actually contributed will get a vote on where the 20% goes, and I'm going to do that every month. I make 50% selling Mary Kay. I make 30% selling my nails, and so there's nothing wrong with just getting 50% of this super chat money that I wasn't even expecting. So yeah, maybe. I hope, Anna. Did we scare oh, I thought we scared her off. Thank you, Togetherness 11. Truth Teller, not like the other channels except Pounder, LOL. I love that channel. Oh, Plunder. Plunder. Yeah, I like that channel too. Except someone told me that she used to be a Shanann basher. Is that true? Did she really used to say Shanann killed the kids? I'm surprised he didn't kill the dog either, Leah, because the dog didn't like him. I like you and subscribe you, Mama. Love the way you try and stick with the facts. Oh, thank you, Just Saying. I have so much respect for you in the fact that you don't monetize your videos. Seriously, it truly shows your heart and intentions. You are awesome. I do monetize my nail videos and my giveaway videos and the Asperger videos. So I don't not monetize all of them. I only monetize stuff that a young child could watch and not be freaked out. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you for the super chat. You are awesome. So, thank you, Celine. Celine. Hi, Jackie. How are you? How are all my humble beauties? I do too. It's all about views. And when I put a video up that no one else has the info on, like when I did the missing chapter of NK, I was doing it so you guys could get it. I wasn't doing it so I could hurry up and get 5,000 views on it. I was doing it so you guys literally would have it as soon as I had it. And I agree, Jackie, plunder is good. And that is sad that she thought that it was Shanann's fault in the beginning, but I'm glad she had a change of heart, right? Oh, that is just sad. The dog didn't like Chris. I heard that too. Is that not true, Charlie? Let's see what Charlie said. Helen, Beauty's Documentary Club. Watch the Jinx and let's discuss after we finish what you have in your to-do list. You are awesome. Thank you, Helen. John. Let's see. Where did... I don't see Charlie's comment. Oh, it's up here. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Oops. I used to have a Dawson, like Dieter, Dawsound. What are they? Dotson. That's what they're called. And he would have been going crazy if my ex tried to touch and hurt the kid or me. He must have been locked up, but then why did he not bark? Just weird. It is weird. It is very weird. I agree. I stumbled across this channel while I was looking for videos on Chris Watts and never left. Thank you, Brandy. I love having you here. The hate gives you strength. Amen. I have a Dotson, and my parents do as well. Extreme barkers. Yes, we heard him barking when the other dogs were coming in. If only dogs could talk. Yes, I agree. I heard that Dieter didn't like Chris. Plunder did bash her, and so did CK, but they have changed their heart. Yeah, CK still bashes her, unfortunately. Hi, there's my baby girl. Hi, Gabri. You guys, this is my daughter. Go subscribe to her channel. I'm trying to get her to start posting videos. She's great at singing. She's great at makeup. She's great at dance. She can copy a dance routine, and she's never taken a day of dance in her life. And she can copy a dance routine, teach it to herself, and then perform it on her social media. It blows my mind. I am not coordinated like that. She got all the talents in the family and the good looks. There was no trial in the beginning. All we had was negative Shanann Watt content. Many changed their minds. Yes, I was in that group of Critical K's, the Watts group, Watts Island, and I had to leave it because I was getting my mind clouded with things that Shanann did that she didn't do, that was just speculation. So here I am trying to figure out this case, and I've got all this stuff in my ear that Shanann this, Shanann that, and just making her out to be horrid. And so I left the group so I could come up with my own theories. but I didn't stop watching her YouTube channel, and that's how I ended up with the Patreon link, and then I got called every name in the book and doxxed. So I can't say that there's been a change of heart. Yes, Dieter would never had playfully led her upstairs. Yeah, exactly. Haters are a sign that you're doing the right thing. Thank you, Anna. I'm a sub, a Ron Moxley like yourself, doesn't care about money, very nice guy. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to go check him out. Cassis7, thank you. Chris and Evil Glares in Shenan's live. Let's see. My mom has a Datsun. Hi, Gabri. Yeah, that's when everyone was desperately searching for the reason. I had a Datsun, and they are ankle biters. Yeah, she has a YouTube. She just doesn't do much on it. She's more of a Snapchat and a Instagram gal. I think that would be a great idea. While the police were in the house with Chris, I felt Dieter was upset and trying to tell them something. Of course, his favorite person had just been murdered. Thank you, Brandy. I enjoy having you guys as a family. We're actually on Christmas. We are going to do a live stream for all the people that doesn't have family, for all the people that just have your kids. You know, they open their gifts in the morning and then you're like yesterday's news. They could care less about you. They're looking at all their new stuff. They're reaching out to their friends if they're teenagers, and Christmas morning is lonely afternoon. After 12 o'clock, it is lonely, you guys. So I'm going to do a live on Christmas Day, and we are all the people, even if you do have family and you want to break from home, we are going to run a live here on Christmas Day for all the people that don't have family, for all the people that don't get to come together and share stories of the year and all of that. We're going to do it right here, you guys. I don't have a grandma, a grandpa on either side. I don't have aunts, uncles, cousins, nothing. It is just me and my son and my daughter and my other kids that are not even in this state. So I only get to see my daughter and my son on Christmas, except for FaceTime, of course. But then my daughter has to go home because she has her own family and her own baby and her own future husband. And so we're going to have our own little community right here, and we're going to celebrate Christmas together, because this is going to be the first year where I'm not going to be lonely, because I got my sisters here. I got my humble beauties, and we are going to help each other get through, aren't we? Yes. Yeah, I'm alone every year, and it's the hardest. I mean, it's harder than the death anniversaries, you guys, because you just see everybody on your social media having all the best time with their, and they're saying, putting up pictures, hugging their moms and their dads, and it's just very lonely. And I'm so glad that we came up with this idea. I know, it is sad. It makes me want to cry. I choked up too when I was talking about it, Celine. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jackie. Oh, thank you, Cassis7. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boys, hey. So, yes, we are going to do that. We are. And maybe we'll even, like, make it try to figure out a way to do something for like a gift exchange or something. Who knows? I am getting a post office box on Monday, you guys. So post office on Monday. I know I have you and Lily, you stink butt pot, but you got your own family. I can't be just taken over. I know that you're going to want to spend your Christmas with your wonderful people, and I know that your butt better be here on Christmas morning, though. Yes, Christmas with Mama. All you people out there, you're just going to come on over to Mama's channel and you're not going to spend Christmas alone. I promise you. I've already been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. This is the longest I've ever been on here. So I can only imagine how long we're going to be on here for Christmas. Yes, on Christmas, BEs, the 25th. Once all your kids have opened up their presents, you've had your breakfast at 1 p.m., I'm going to go live and stay live. And if I go off, I'll come right back and I'm going to spend the holidays with you guys because it's always just me and my kids every year. You can ask Gabri. It's great. I'm so glad that we can be a community for each other. I deactivated my Facebook account because I don't want to see everyone together for the holidays. I'm the same way. Let me tell y'all something. I have not looked at my Facebook. I mean, I've looked at it, but really been in there and scrolled through since I started this channel. And my feelings got hurt on my Facebook. I would wake up every day and somehow my feelings would be getting hurt on my Facebook. So I quit going there and I decided to reach out to strangers. And you guys have been so awesome to me that I would be honored to be spending my Christmas with you. No, that's not bad at all, Celine. It makes me feel better to know that I'm not the only one. Rambling Mama is live for hours at a time. Listen, this is how sensitive I am. I just thought that she was calling me Rambling Mama, saying that I'm live for hours at a time. I'm sorry, Jackie. This is why I need you guys' help because I am wearing my heart on my sleeve lately. I don't understand. I've got to toughen up, buttercup. Rambling Mama is another YouTuber. I get it. So sorry, Jackie. Everyone posting on the holidays are trying to mask the fact that they aren't living a perfect life. Can I get an amen? Say it again for the people in the back, baby girl. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jackie. That's just gut wrenching. I'm so sorry. And no one ever likes to see their kids hurt. You know, that's the hardest thing to watch is your kids hurting. Having a big Thanksgiving with 3 grown kids and a spouse and grandchildren, but Christmas is going to be just my husband and I. Most of our family is in Wyoming. Well, we would be happy to have you when your husband doesn't need you. Please come on over with us, BS. I hate Facebook too. Yes, many people do get lonely. And you know what? I have a feeling that our Christmas chat is going to get huge. Oh, thank you, Studebaker Hawk. I have a feeling it's going to get huge. Oh, that's sweet, Celine. I'm glad that I can help you. I get so high off of helping others. It's the best feeling on the planet to know that you made somebody's day. I am too, Mobay. Thank you, Jackie. And it's not just for other people, it's for me too, I need it too. It's really, really tough not having family and being away from your kids too. I have 3 kids that I don't get to spend my Christmas with. So that is another thing that can keep you crying in a heaping mess on the floor if you're not careful. Let's see. I love you too, Gabri. Yes, our family is not always blood. Oh, Miss T, that's so sweet. That makes me happy. I must be doing something right. I'm so glad I met all of you guys. I'm housebound most of the time due to being sick, so it's nice to do the live with all of you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I actually correspond with my subs. This is what I'm here for, is for you guys. So, well, you're more than welcome to find me on Facebook, BS. I try to stay off of it. Yay, Anne will be here on Christmas. Yeah, Jackie, go right ahead. That'd be great. I could get off my live and then you can just turn around and take them all to your live. So nobody is alone at all on Christmas. Let's see. Yes, we can share Christmas stories and being surrounded with love. Yeah, the support groups in Facebook are great. I actually have a support group for my son's homeschool, and it is really good to have them when I'm melting down on some of the stuff from his school account. Statistics show more suicides are committed during the holidays. When I still work trauma in the ER, I hated the holiday season. Oh, I could see that for sure. That would be awesome. Thank you. I'm so sorry. It's your first year without your bestie. I'm so sorry, Brandy. Yes, True Crime Colorado, you guys, you must go watch that channel. They are great. And I usually don't suggest other channels, but this one right here on the screen, I highly recommend. True Crime Colorado. They get straight to the point. They only do facts, and you are going to find some great information on there. So, and they're a brand new channel. I want to show them some love. I want to get them up. I watched them when they only had 100 subscribers, and they're up to 11,000, I believe. So go subscribe to True Crime Colorado. Let's see what my baby just said. This is off subject, but Liliana hasn't crawled once today. She's been up, walking, and following me. Oh my God! That is just, sorry, I got loud. Sorry. My granddaughter is fully walking. Usually she'll walk like, I don't know, 7 steps and get tired and then crawl. And I love it. And it's my night to keep her. It's my night to keep her. I'll be there to get my baby soon. True Crime Colorado. Yeah, see, everybody else loves True Crime Colorado too. Okay, well, Gabri just reminded me that I'm going to get my granddaughter today. I completely forgot about that, so we better get off here. I've got a lot of sweeping to do so she don't go around being a crumb snatcher and putting stuff in her mouth. She is a little over a year old, and she is amazing. Yes, she will be running in no time. She's a mile a minute. And so I'm going to go spend some time with my son because he gets a little jealous of the granddaughter, but not too bad. And then I'm going to tidy up so I can go get her. Gabri, I'll be there at 6. It's 4 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm 41. I'm not as young as I look. You guys have a great night, and I will be seeing everybody tomorrow, and we will be doing tomorrow. I will do the video about why NK investigation needs to be opened. So be looking for that, and email me. This is my email if anybody wants to continue the convo. My granddaughter does go to bed early. If you want to continue the conversation or just chat and be friends, this is my email. And then if you want to help support me, this is my website. This is how I pay my bills. I work from home and I sell nails like a crazy woman. But it pays the bills and keeps me at home with my son. So I love it. And there it is. So if you just want to browse to see some of the nails that we sell, by all means, just browse. You don't have to buy. You can check it out. But there is my website and my email. Yes, live after bedtime. I'm going to definitely do that. So I will see you guys tonight. Bye. Feel free to email me. And once we hit 1,500 people, we're going to be doing that giveaway, and then a giveaway at 2,000 and a giveaway at 2,500. So you are in the right place. Hit the subscribe button because you can't win without being a subscriber. Bye. Bye, girls. Bye. Bye, boys. Bye.